Update on the Galaxie. Ditched the old transmission, which was the Ford-o-matic, Cruise-o-matic pile of junk. Didn't have a soft low gear. It felt more like a 2-speed than a 3-speed, and on top of that, reverse was starting to go out. So no matter where you check, whatever group you may read on about how to swap a C6 into an older model, full body Ford, you're going to see a lot of mixed information and talk about, oh, it's a straight bolt in, this, that, and the other thing. I'll show you some of the facts, so at least you'll learn and you'll see what it is, because I haven't found anything on YouTube that kind of does an exploded view on this thing. So, some of the facts. The C6, as long as you get the proper C6, will fit, and you'll be good to go. It does bolt in, that is true. So, get on under this mother humper right here. And so from here you can kind of see the mount itself. This had to be fabbed up, so this is kind of test fit into place. It's going to have to be welded in, but you're going to have to cut your cross section out. I know they talk about some online company that may have it, but their products are a little wonky and whatnot. You know, I don't know. I've never done any business with them, but like I said, you'll just have to go your own route and try to figure it out yourself. So again, it will fit. This was an FEC6, some 1970 something sedan. The speedometer cable actually will bolt up. It is a straight bolt in. This is my original drive shaft for the Galaxie 2. So again, straight out of the 62, I just reused the same drive shaft. So it does fit. It didn't have to refab anything, right splines and everything, so we're looking good there. Again, just the reality is, get ready, you're going to have to end up cutting your cross member to kind of get it to fit. So that is a fact. And so I had an old swap kit from Transdapt. So took that and got this mounted in a place. Right now it's just kind of laying up in there. Going to take it down and then, you know, weld it, get it burned in, do a little bit of triangulation with some plates to reinforce the strength of the unit. Nice B&M pan with a temperature sending unit in it, so I can track the temperature there. But again, it does, and it will fit. So true, it does. So truth, drive shaft worked. Having the right C6 is going to help you. Sometimes people use that weird trunnion one setup from the pickup trucks that you're gonna have to totally fab up. I don't know what to tell you there. But like I said, I used one out of a sedan, so that was half the battle right there. And so it does fit. It does bolt up. You will need to order a block mount, or excuse me, the block plate for the FE. So plan on that expense too. But again, some things on the shopping list. Now, with my car, I do have the dreaded hooker headers. It's a super comp models. I want to say it's like part number 6205, and that's designed for basically non-power steering cars, and they say it will work with automatics, but this was a power steering car. We had to modify one of the tubes in order to get it to fit, but it can and will fit. I had to cut that one collector off because originally, with the original setup we had, the collector, since it's rigid mounted, it doesn't move around or anything like that, had to make space for it. We'll just re-weld that on and get it attached. I'm going to need the oxygen sensor unit in that thing anyway, but not that far off from, you know, getting it completed and getting it drivable again. It would have driven fine with a C6, but like I said, without having an automatic with a reverse in it, and you know, a 3,800 pound car, having to push that back by yourself if you get into a bad parking spot would really suck. It's not totally undoable, but it's really inconvenient. But if you are doing the expense or trying to get your expenses together for it, you could get one of these C6s for anywhere from $200 and up. I got this one for $375, and it came with the B&M pan on it already and a shift kit installed, so I'm good there. And I've got a little bit hotter than stock stall converter, so getting nothing too special. And there was that. I got a new shifter I'm going to be using because of the Cruise-o-matic linkage. It won't line up perfectly. The kickdown lever will actually work and can be made to register. So that's one less expense you got to kind of worry about. But again, this is something that you don't have to worry about the expenses on that. But again, looking at the numbers on it, the shifter I think I got it off of eBay brand new. It's a TCI shifter. It was like $150. So there was that. So, that expense right there. Fabrication of the cross member itself, or, trying to get the work done yourself, depending upon how much you can weld and cut and fab yourself, that's an expense you're going to have to figure for yourself. If you're going to try to farm that out, you're going to be spending a grip of cash trying to get that done. I would say probably budget like 3 bones, maybe 4, depending upon who you know. Oh, and as a nice add-on to this, the training lines, believe it or not, literally were the same. So didn't have to refab any training lines, the cooling lines, or anything like that. So it's pretty much straightforward. But again, if you're planning on doing a C6 early model Ford, this is a 1962 Ford Galaxie. So that would be the same for like the Mercury and that. 63 and 64, I believe the cross members are a little bit different. And on the convertibles, they are definitely different. So this is only, speaking of your hardtop models, I can't speak to anything else on that. And then, oh, by the way, on a starter, if you're running the hooker headers, your starter clearance is going to be super tight. The Cruise-o-matic shifter is a completely different shifter design. It has a really odd kick out on it where the Bendix is actually hanging on the shaft itself. Having said that, plan on an expense for a starter. Got in mind, it was a I think like a Power Master or something like that. I got it for $260 shipped to my door, so it should be here by, I guess, the end of this weekend, possibly Monday. So yeah, again, just to recap, so plan on a starter expense if you're going to run these kind of headers on the car, because like I said, these headers are monstrous, and it does require some fabrication. But what did they do back in the 60s and early 70s when they didn't have the part? Well, you went out and you made the part yourself and you figured a way to make it fit. That's engineering and hot rodding at its best. Fast forward the year 2020, we're still fabbing up stuff, and some of the technologies on these cars, I mean, they're long gone. You just can't run down to the local auto parts store and pick up a set of headers. They're just not available. If you try to buy these headers brand new, plan on spending anywhere from $700 and up. I think if I had to do it all over again, I would have went with Mad Dog headers. From my understanding and my research, it's like the best header, pound for pound, that you can get for your Galaxie swap. And I do believe they have a website and also a Facebook page too. So again, Mad Dog headers, if you're planning on doing that swap and you're not looking to spend that crazy collector money for those, factory cast shorty headers, forget that. Like I said, I just wanted to come out and route. I got these headers, of course, used. I want to say it was $460 shipped to my door, so that wasn't too bad of a price. And the fab work on the pipe and everything, I think I ended up picking up a Swan for $30. So I'm into the headers for like $490, which isn't bad, because the amount of performance you will get from them really is a 9-day difference. It woke up this $390. So I know, like, $390 sometimes for some people has a really bad rap, but I kind of fell in love with the $390. It's really simple, and it's a easy product to work on and kind of learn about. Different angle on that rear mount. So, also one thing I did is I swapped over to the new style transmission mount as opposed to the old style, so that'll give a more modern replaceability. The 62 rear transmission mount was really crazy looking. It actually wrapped around the cross member itself. There wasn't an actual true rigid frame built to it, so it's kind of an odd, outdated design. So, this is, light years ahead of, what was in the car originally. So, but that's it in a nutshell. Once they get this tack welded in, and before we get everything, ground down and welded up, we'll show you some more video on that as well. So again, thanks for your time. Have yourself a great day. Enjoy the weekend, and stay busy.